Hey guys, HuShang here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 gameplay. Here we have a Terran vs Terran match. I'm playing on my Will Serral account, and we're up against Evolve, who is a Master 1 Terran. And I've played I think this is a very interesting game. It's a very tactical and defensive game. I don't usually play these games very often. But same as with the Protoss gameplay yesterday, I've been trying to force myself to play a little bit more passive. But don't be mistaken, this isn't a very boring game. It's action-packed. You've got a lot of tactical plays and that sort of thing. Now, before we get into the meat of this game, I did want to say that I streamed today, and so I might be streaming a little bit more often. And if you want to catch those, you should make sure to go check out my Twitch link in the description and give it a follow. Also, I think it's a little bit under the radar, but we also have group practice sessions. They're happening twice a week on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central. And basically we're just meeting up for group practice. I'm giving coaching at the same time. And to participate in those, you just got to be a YouTube member of either the Elite tier or the Extreme tier. All right, so as you can see, I'm opening up with a pretty standard TvT build. It's a double gas into Reaper opening.
Command center upgrade complete.
It is a little bit different than the traditional one because I'm not going to pull off gas. And basically the reason I'm doing this is I just want to go for a big Raven push later in the game. So I'm going to delay that command center in favor of some units. I caught his Reaper here, which is pretty nice. But about here is where the early game trouble starts, because I actually hotkeyed an SCV in my army, and I hotkeyed the second Reaper, which I think is actually a mistake. I think what I should be doing to keep this very easy and clean is just hotkey the first Reaper and then have everything rallied to that Reaper so that I can still double tap the control group. Yeah, so we run in there. I was hoping to kill that Reaper that we injured earlier, but instead he has a bunch of units, and this is just a little bit of a misread by me. I haven't played this aggressive build too much, so subconsciously when I saw his expansion I was thinking, oh, he's just doing like a 1-Rax expand, but obviously that timing doesn't make too much sense. He is in fact going for a pretty similar 2-gas build, just a later starport favoring the minerals. So what we should have done instead is played more towards the middle of the map with our units and not push so much. But oh well, it happens. I'm making more units than I think he'll make. Normally you make 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. And here I've made an extra Hellion and an extra Reaper just to see what I can do.
Add-on complete.
So we're gonna push up here. He has a medevac, and I probably should have backed up right there, but instead I YOLO'd, and it goes terrible. But you gotta try these things, you never know. Maybe that was the play of the year. Turns out it wasn't though, so now I'm thinking, oh shit, we're super dead. But I'm gonna send out this Raven, and I'm just gonna rally all my units into the main because he had a medevac. He's very likely to drop me here. And we'll grab our 3rd CC. Very important to be getting your 3rd CC quickly in TvT. You don't want to be playing 2 more racks because the timing just doesn't work out very nice for you to attack. Really quick reaction by my opponent there. I'm still going to get another couple SCV though. I think I get 3. So that's not too shabby at all. I'm not going to lie, right here I was really worried that Raven's dead. But it turns out Ravens are actually the same speed, so we're good. Maybe a little faster even. And he didn't drop me. I don't know why he didn't drop me. What's going on here? He had a medevac. I guess he thought that I would be ready because I saw it. But it's a little lazy, honestly. He should have came in, double checked that I actually made units to defend, and then went home. So lucky for us, because I actually didn't have any units. All right, throwing down our extra 2 racks. These are really important in any Terran build, that you get these at the right time. I've been seeing a lot of students getting these late, and it's really critical with Terran builds. Like, you kind of can't mess that up, to be honest, because if you mess that up, it throws off all your unit timings so hard. So he is super aggro here, and he actually killed a ton of my Marines. I should have realized with the Vikings that he was having all his units there. But I thought that was actually just maybe like an A move from earlier, tracking the Raven. I think it's fair to say I'm a little tired here, because that doesn't make any sense. But that was my thought process. Now, fortunately, he doesn't have too many units, so we're able to put a little bit of pressure on him, and he can't really get into my natural.
Command center upgrade complete.
Do a little bit of swaps here, get my E-base. That's kind of the thing about TvT is it might feel like you're under pressure a lot of the time, but if you can't get his tanks in position, then you're pretty safe. So I'm just trying to minimize the damage at the natural and make as many SCVs as I can here. So we don't see his army, so I'm going to rotate my tanks over. I probably should have done that a little bit earlier. We didn't really need all of those tanks over there in the first place. But luckily he went home.
Add-on complete.
And the plan from here is to go into a pretty defensive game. So I got a second factory pretty quick, and I'm not making too many air units. Get a sensor tower. I actually thought I was pretty behind here because the early game went terrible. We didn't do any damage, and then he pushed us and killed a bunch of Marines, but thank God he can't macro. So you're gonna see in a sec here. Now we're all set up on 3 bases. I got the 5 racks, I got the 2 factory. I don't know what happened to his macro, but he has literally no SCVs, which is awesome. So now we're in a great position. I probably could push him here, but again, the plan is just to play defensive. You can see earlier, repositioning my tanks actually cost me a bit. I should have just left that tank right where I had it before. I think that's actually a good position to defend the mineral line from drops.
Add-on complete.
So I'm gonna add some turrets. I'm gonna actually
Add-on
stop making too many Marines because the plan is to play defensive. So in order to spend my gas and make turrets and stuff like that, you can't really afford Marines. So you should see me cut that in a second. Very nice of him to donate that medevac.
upgrade complete.
And I'm gonna probe or SCV up here to about 75. I think that's the sweet zone. Unless you want to play like TY with, I don't know, like ultra late game. Maybe you can go more, but 75 seems to be the sweet spot to me. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm getting out pretty far with these Marines here, but it's fairly safe because I know he's playing the Viking style.
Mineral field depleted.
So I know he doesn't have too many ground units. Get our 4th base secured. I'm going to grab those gases. Again, a very defensive thing to do. And we didn't lose very many tanks this game. So I'm going to grab the double starport pretty quick. I think you can play a Raven late game, which looks pretty fun. I haven't tried it too much yet. This game I'm going to be playing a Viking late game. So he's pushing here. I don't think he has a fourth yet, so he's feeling like he has to do something. But we've set about like 3 to 4 tanks on each side. He thinks he's outmaneuvered us here, but we had 3 tanks in position, so we just absolutely destroyed that. And then I'm just going to move these tanks forward, snipe that other tank, and our position is just amazing right now.
Upgrade complete.
Now I probably could push here, but honestly it's pretty hard to push in TvT. So instead what I'm going to do is play the long game. We're going to go into some more starports in a second, I think, and we're just going to see what we can do with these Marines out on the map. Actually, it might be a little early to get those next 2 starports still. So he had some similar ideas, but he actually brang his tanks. I was kind of thinking about snagging a tank there, but he can probably beat me with the Marines plus tanks. So just kind of posturing a little bit. Behind us you can see my upgrades are considerably better. 3-3 on the way and +2 vehicles, which is a really important upgrade in TvT.
Add-on complete.
This is probably the strongest way to play TvT, is just run out on the map with their Marine medevac and leave all your tank Viking at home. I was pretty happy with that move right there. Snipe it, shift onto the medevacs, and then boost out. From here I'm thinking I'll have to, really try hard to throw this game. But like I said earlier, it's pretty hard, so we're gonna basically play this game out where we just try to trade better into like a split map scenario is the plan, or let him kill himself. That's also very possible. Probably a lot of your opponents at the diamond and below level will just suicide on you. So I would highly recommend playing TvT like this. Just very tactical. Get all your siege tanks lined up at each of your bases, and then keep your Marines out on the map, because if he comes out on the map, your Marines can often counterattack. So that's kind of what I'm setting up right now. This was really, really unlucky timing, because my +2 vehicles was barely not done. If that was finished, then the tanks would do a lot more damage to the Marines, and probably I would have been fine there without dropping the Vikings. But not a big deal. We trade badly, but he doesn't have any defense at home, so we're winning this base trade. And don't forget how good Vikings are against siege tanks. So I drop these bad boys on the Vikings, or on the tanks I mean. Probably resource wise a better trade for him there, but my plan is to counterattack right away. So I'm just spamming as many units as I can back home. And once we get a sick army, I'm just going to go for the win. We'll just unsiege all these tanks. And yeah, he's going to have a pretty hard time stopping this army on the counterattack. But from here, you can add some Ravens, keep making Vikings, and then you're going to start trading effectively.
Upgrade complete.
But he really has nothing here, so I think he GG's immediately, actually. I don't even think he plays this out. So, yeah, very standard TvT. Hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to like the video. And as always, you can ask me questions in the comments. And what else? Join us on Discord. Follow my stream. Check out the YouTube memberships. You know, the regular stuff. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.